Welcome to its 12th part 1. So, in part 1, you will see the content that is present in it. So, the content are immunity, two levels of defense system, local defense system, immune system, kinds of immunity, below that, innate immunity and acquired immunity. Now, what do you mean by the term immunity? Immunity means body's defense against diseases. As we all know that our body is invaded by various harmful substances and pollutants and germs. They may enter in our body in many ways. Through the air we breathe in, through food or water intake, it enters directly through the skin or through mucous membranes that lines various cavities in the body and covers the surface of internal organs of eyes, nose, urinary or genital tracts. As you all know that immunity means body's defense against diseases. Now we will see what are the two types of defense system. So the first defense system is local defense system. It is the prevention of entry of germs in which it tackles the germs in all the possible entry points. And the second is immune system. It deals with the germs after they have entered into the body germs. We will see the deeper study of local defense system. So, this defense system is a kind of barrier system which tackles the germs in all the possible ways. It includes protective mechanical barriers and thrown off if entered germ-killing secretions and germ-fighting WBCs. So, the first one, protective mechanical barriers. These include the skin, air, mucus, etc. Skin. It has an outer tuft made up of a protein called keratin. It is almost impermeable to germs. Germs settles on the surface of the skin. It can be through direct contact with contaminated objects. Second, ears. Ears intercept the germ's journey inwards or up to the skin. Ears inside the nostril trap dust containing the germs. The third, mucus. Mucus is a slimy secretion of the epithelial containing of various organs. The second one, thrown out if entered. Direct methods are coughing, sneezing, and vomiting to throw out the germs or any foreign unwanted objects which get into the respiratory and digestive systems. Example, diarrhea. The third one, germ killing secretions. Saliva, sweat, tears, and nasal secretion contain germ killing substances. Hydrochloric acid secreted by the stomach kills germs that gain entry along with the food. The fourth point, germ fighting WBCs. WBCs get squeezed out of the walls of the blood capillaries and engulf the bacteria or the germs and destroy them. Now, we will see what are the merits of local defense system. They start working instantaneously. They are effective against a wide range of potentially infectious agents. They are not dependent on previous exposure to infections. Now the second type of defense system, it is immune system. So the immune system is the local defense system that are not effective in all cases and circumstances. Some germs or poisonous toxins that do enter the deeper tissue and various organ systems by the special mechanisms of entry in the protective barriers. At the same stage, the blood and other body fluids start fighting against the germs. The body fluids contain special proteins called antibodies which react with the invading germs and antitoxins which react with poisonous toxins to destroy them, so thus they provide protection against the disease.
Study of immunity and its kind. Immunity is the capacity of our body. For example, bacteria, toxins, etc., that enter our body and to render them harmless. Kinds of immunity. innate immunity, also called natural or native immunity. This type of immunity is by virtue of genetic constitution makeup. It is present in the body without external stimulation or a previous infection. Acquired immunity. It is the resistance to a disease which an individual acquires during his lifetime. It may a result of a previous infection or a result.
Now we will see what are the kinds of innate immunity and acquired immunity. So the kinds of innate immunity are non-specific innate immunity. This is a degree of natural resistance to all the infections in general. Second is specific innate immunity. This is a natural resistance to a particular kind of germ only. Some individuals do not suffer from certain infectious diseases. Second, what are the kinds of acquired immunity? So the kinds of acquired immunity are actively acquired immunity. This is the resistance developed by an individual to previous infections or antigen found on the surface of the disease causing germ cell, which enters his body naturally to naturally acquired active and artificially acquired active immunity. In either case, the lymphocytes in the body react in two ways. First is they react in producing antibodies which freely circulate in the blood and lymph and which bind to the microorganism to kill it. The second, they produce killer germs carrying specific receptors for foreign antigens found on the invading germs, and the actively acquired immunities are usually long-lasting, carried out through memory lymphocytes.
Immunity. This is the immunity proven an individual not by own body but from an outside source in the form of ready-made antibodies. So here they are also classified into two types. Natural acquired passive immunity. In it the prepared mother's antibodies may reach the fetus through the placenta. Artificial acquired passive immunity. In this, the antibodies are produced in the blood if horse or some other animal by injecting germs into its body. This type of injection is known as anti-serum injections, which are made or prepared from its serum of animal blood.
Then the next is antibodies. So what are antibodies? Antibodies are proteins formed in response to any foreign substance known as an antigen, or these proteins help the immune system to identify, target and destroy the antigen, also known as immunoglobulin. It's a large Y-shaped protein used by the immune system to identify and neutralize foreign objects such as pathogenic bacteria and viruses. Did you know that who is the father of immunology? So the father of immunology is Louis Pasteur. So coming to the characteristics of the antibodies are produced by a type of specialized lymphocytes on exposure to antigens. These concentrate in the lymph nodes and spleen and also in the circulating blood and lymph. Then the antibodies are proteins as they belong to the class of immunoglobulins. Then our body can make an unlimited variety of different antibodies. Antibodies are specific, which means that one kind of antibody acts against one particular type of antigen only. Then an antibody recognizes its particular antigen and binds into rendering it harmless, which is subsequently destroyed and eliminated by the body. Some of the antibodies are present in the blood and some people have from the very birth. Such people having these particular antibodies in the blood do not suffer from those particular diseases. At the last, immunity are produced by the antibodies on exposure to antigens, maybe either for a short period or a longer period.